Have you ever been the invisible ghost in your own family while your older sister played the starring role in a movie she directed herself? That was my life, every single Christmas Eve. In our house, there was a strict hierarchy, and everyone knew their place. My sister, Harper, was the undisputed queen. She was a high powered, luxury real estate agent in Los Angeles. She drove the least imported SUV and made sure to accidentally drop the price of her designer handbags into casual conversation. My parents, they absolutely adored her. To them, Harper was the American dream, wrapped up in a perfectly tailored blazer. Every holiday season was essentially a glorified press tour for Harper's fabulous life. And then there was me. I am Riley, the quirky one, the disappointment, the girl who in their eyes just could not get her act together. Growing up, I was the nerd who loved dirt, while Harper won pageants. When I was 23, I packed my beat-up sedan and moved to Oregon to work at a struggling agricultural co-op. To my parents, this was rock bottom. They officially stopped asking about my life after 6 months. Whenever I called home, my mom would give me 3 minutes of distracted humming before remembering she had to help Harper kick out Italian tile. So I just stopped talking. I stopped volunteering information. And honestly, they never even noticed. Fast forward to this past December. I am 29 years old. We were all gathered in my parents' suffocatingly warm living room. Harper, of course, was holding court. She was practically shouting over the holiday music about her latest commission and how she was single-handedly keeping the housing market afloat. I was sitting in the corner on an uncomfortable chair, sipping cider, just counting down the minutes until I could leave. Suddenly, the room got quiet. Harper leaned over, adjusting her diamond bracelet, and locked her eyes right onto mine. She had this awful, pitying smile on her face. "You know, Riley," she started, her voice dripping with fake concern, "it breaks my heart. You are almost 30, still single, still renting that dingy cabin, and playing in the dirt for a living. If you want, I could talk to my broker, maybe get you an administrative job, answering phones. I will even throw in a couple $100 to help you buy some decent clothes." My dad chuckled, my mom sighed, giving me a look of profound disappointment. I did not flinch. I took a deliberate sip of my cider. I placed the glass down. I looked right back at her, smiled pleasantly, and said, "I appreciate the offer, Harper, but I do not need a receptionist job. I sold my tech company last spring and I am flying back to my husband on a private charter tomorrow." The silence that hit that room was absolutely deafening. My mom dropped her cracker. Harper's smug face practically shattered. "Husband?" My mom choked out. "What do you mean you sold a company?" Harper crossed her arms, her face flushing bright red. "Oh, please, stop trying to steal the spotlight, Riley. We all know you are scraping by in a forest." I slowly shook my head. "I have not lived in that cabin for 3 years. I started a soil regeneration company, and we got bought out by a massive firm. I bought a 200-acre ranch in Montana. That is where I met Liam. We married 6 months ago." "You are lying," Harper snapped, trembling with anger. "You could never hide something like that from your family." "I was not hiding anything," I replied, my voice completely flat and steady. "I just did not say anything, because literally not a single one of you ever bothered to ask. How could you?" My mom wailed, tears spilling down her cheeks. "You robbed us. You robbed me of seeing my daughter walk down the aisle." "Because, Mom," I said, standing up, "the last time I tried to tell you something important. When I got my first big patent approved, you put me on hold and never came back because Harper had a scratch on her car. Liam and I had a beautiful ceremony in a meadow with people who actually want to hear me speak." Harper slammed her drink down. "Prove it. If you are so wealthy, show us." I reached into my bag, pulled out my phone, and tossed it onto the coffee table. My dad picked it up. It was a photo of Liam and me standing in front of our massive custom timber frame home. I was wearing a stunning, custom-made gown. "It is incredible," my dad whispered. I grabbed my coat. "It is, and I need to get back to it." As I walked to the door, my mom tried to grab my arm. "Riley, please, do not shut us out." I gently pulled away. "I am not shutting you out, Mom. I am just leaving the room you locked me out of a very long time ago." I walked out into the cold air, and I finally felt warm.